You're looking at a home you can actually afford, and then you run the payment. It doesn't work. Not even close. That's not a you problem. That's a rate problem, and there's a fix most buyers don't know exists. It's called an assumable mortgage. Instead of getting a brand new loan at 6.5%, you step into the seller's existing loan. Their rate, their terms, your name on it. So if they locked in at 2.75% back in 2021, that's your rate now. Pretty sweet, right? Here's the thing most people get stuck on. They hear the words equity gap and they picture $80,000 in cash sitting in a bank account. That's just not how this works. The equity gap is the difference between what the home is worth and what's left on the loan. Let's say the home is worth $400,000 and the seller owes $350,000. Your equity gap is $50,000. That's what you've got to bring to the table. Now you're probably thinking, I don't have 50 grand just sitting around. Most buyers don't. So here's what actually happens. A second mortgage can cover 80 to 95% of that equity gap. You cover 5% down on the purchase price, and the second mortgage handles the rest. Your total cash to close on a lot of these deals is under $10,000. One buyer recently closed with $15,000 total out of pocket. Got a rate under 3% on a $400,000 home. $15,000. Now let me show you what the payment actually looks like. Same $400,000 home at today's rate of 6.5%. You're looking at around $2,500 a month just for principal and interest. At 2.75% assumed, that same home is closer to $1,600 a month. $900 a month difference. That's a car payment that just disappears every single month. And yes, you've got a second mortgage on top of the assumed loan, but even blended together, the math still works. Most buyers are still saving $600 to $900 a month compared to a standard loan at today's rates. Run the numbers yourself if you don't believe me. The process takes 45 to 90 days, a little longer than a normal closing, but my team handles the heavy lifting. We work with assumption processors who know exactly how to deal with the banks, get the paperwork done right, and keep things moving. You show up and close. So if you thought you needed a huge chunk of cash to make one of these work, that's a really common misconception. You don't. Come find me at assumableguy.com or look me up on Instagram, The Assumable Guy. I'll show you what the numbers look like for your situation.